Okay, real talk. If you felt like you got hit by a truck of emotions on Wednesday, or you've been weirdly teary, weirdly fired up, or weirdly done with something you used to tolerate, I need you to know you're not imagining it. We just moved through a total solar eclipse in Leo, and eclipse energy does not pack up and leave after 24 hours. It lingers. It rearranges things quietly in the background for weeks. So today, I'm breaking down exactly what's still moving from Wednesday, what this weekend and the week ahead are asking of you, and one archangel who has been showing up so loudly during my own meditations this week that I couldn't not bring them to you. Let's get into it. Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Aligned and Abundant. I'm your host, Christine Marcario, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to this little corner of the world. This is your weekly Frequency Friday, where every week I pull together the energy of the weekend, the energy of the week ahead, what the planets and archangels are up to, and how all of it is conspiring. Yes, conspiring in the best way to support your most aligned and abundant life, both personally and in your business. And this week is a big one because we're not just talking about what's coming. We're talking about what already happened and is still settling into your bones. Wednesday's eclipse was a total solar eclipse in Leo. And I don't think most people realize how long these things actually ripple. So before we even get to the weekend ahead, I want to sit with that for a minute because I think it's going to explain a lot about how you've been feeling. So here's the thing about eclipses that nobody tells you when you're first getting into astrology. They are not a one-day event. Wednesday's eclipse happened at 20 degrees of Leo, and it was a total solar eclipse, which makes it one of the more potent lunations we'll experience this year. And the honest answer to, will I still feel this, is yes. Astrologers generally track eclipse effects unfolding over the following 6 months, not 6 hours. So if you've been feeling the reverberations of Wednesday right now, this weekend, and even into next week, that is completely normal and expected. You are not too sensitive. You are in the wake of something big. Leo eclipse energy is all about confidence, self-expression, creativity, romance, play, and being seen as exactly who you are. Not a filtered version, not a professional version, not a version that shrinks to make other people comfortable. This eclipse is part of a longer Leo Aquarius eclipse cycle that's going to keep circling these themes of individuality versus community, personal identity versus collective belonging, all the way into 2028. Let that land for a minute. So Wednesday wasn't a one-off. It was the opening of a chapter. Here's what that means practically. Over these next few weeks, do not be surprised if old versions of yourself get loud one more time before they leave. Don't be surprised if a creative idea you buried resurfaces. And don't be surprised if you suddenly have zero patience for playing small. That's not random. That's the eclipse doing exactly what it came to do. In your personal life, this might look like a conversation you've been avoiding finally happening, or a relationship showing you very clearly where it stands. In your business, this might look like an offer idea you've been sitting on suddenly feeling urgent, or a piece of content you're supposed to post feeling completely wrong the second you go to post it. Trust that. The eclipse cracked something open on purpose. Your job isn't to force clarity. It is to stay awake to what keeps showing up. So let's talk about the energy of this weekend, layered right on top of that eclipse aftermath. Today, Friday the 14th, and into Saturday, we've got a waxing crescent moon in Virgo. Virgo moon energy is grounded, detail-oriented, and honestly, a little bit of a relief after Leo's big dramatic eclipse energy. This is the moon saying, okay, gorgeous, now let's organize what just got revealed. It's practical. It's about refining. It's about taking that spark from Wednesday and actually giving it a container. Then Saturday afternoon at 2:20 p.m., the moon shifts into Libra and stays there through Sunday and into Monday evening. Libra moon is relational. It wants harmony, beauty, balance, and connection. It softens the edges. So this weekend has this really beautiful arc. Start it grounded and productive under Virgo. Then let it open into connection and ease under Libra by Saturday afternoon. Here's your weekend invitation. Let the first half be about sorting. Your space, your calendar, your thoughts, whatever the eclipse stirred up. And let the second half be about people. Call the friend, have the dinner, grab that coffee. Let something feel beautiful just because it can. In your personal life, this is a gorgeous weekend for closing an open loop and for connection. Maybe you finally organize that drawer that's been driving you insane. And then you have the most relaxed, easy conversation with your partner or a friend once Libra moon rolls in. Nothing forced, nothing heavy, just tending. In your business and your abundance, Virgo moon energy this morning and tomorrow is perfect for the unsexy but important stuff. Cleaning up your content calendar, refining an offer, answering the emails you've been avoiding. Then once Libra moon arrives Saturday afternoon, shift into anything relational. Client calls, collaborations, partnership conversations, or simply making your brand feel more you, more beautiful, more aligned. Don't launch anything big this weekend. Just refine and connect. Now, I want to bring in an archangel this week, and honestly, this one has been very present in my own practice these past few days that I knew I had to bring them to you. Archangel Michael is who's here with us this week. And if you know Michael's energy at all, you know he's the archangel of courage, protection, and cutting cords to anything that no longer belongs in your field. Which, can we just acknowledge how perfectly that lines up with an eclipse in Leo, asking you to stand in your full self-expression? Magic. Michael's message this week is really simple and really direct, which is very on brand for him. The eclipse showed you something true. Don't let the fear that comes up afterward talk you out of it. When Michael shows up, it's because there's a decision, a boundary, or a new beginning energy that wants your full yes. Not your maybe, not your let me think about it for 6 more months. Yes. He's the one who hands you the sword and says, you already know. Cut the cord, walk through. With Saturn and Neptune both retrograde now, which we're going to get into in a minute, there is so much fog and second guessing available to you if you want it. Michael's whole purpose this week is to cut through that fog. not with force, not with drama, just with clean, grounded courage. If you want to call Michael in, here's the simple practice. Place your hand over your heart and say, Archangel Michael, give me the courage to trust what the eclipse already showed me. That's it. You don't need a whole ritual. He responds to sincerity, not production value. Okay, now let's move into the week ahead because this is a week that builds beautifully if you let it. Monday, the moon is still in Libra. So ride that connection and harmony energy into the start of your week. Then Monday night, the moon shifts into Scorpio and stays there through Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday morning. That's a big chunk of the week under Scorpio moon, which is intense, magnetic, and deep. Scorpio moon doesn't do surface level. It wants truth, intimacy, and transformation. And here's what makes this even more potent. Wednesday, August 19th, we hit a first quarter moon still in Scorpio. A first quarter moon is an action point. It's the moment in the lunar cycle where the energy that was planted at the new moon, remember that new moon was also the eclipse, is asking you to take a decisive step forward. Combine that with Scorpio's no more surface level energy, and Wednesday becomes a day where you may feel called to make a real decision, not a maybe, not a someday, a bold, audacious, aligned decision. Then Thursday morning, around the 8 o'clock, the moon moves into Sagittarius, closing out the week on an expansive, optimistic, let's go on an adventure vibe. So here's the emotional arc of this week. Connection, Monday. Depth and truth, Tuesday through Thursday morning. Into expansion later in the day on Thursday. It's a beautiful week if you let each phase do its job instead of rushing past it. For your personal life, expect this week to ask for real conversations, not small talk. Scorpio moon plus the lingering eclipse energy means anything surface level is going to feel unsatisfying right now. If a relationship needs an honest conversation, this is a supportive week for it. Not because it'll be easy, but because the depth is available to you. And by Thursday, when Sagittarius energy arrives, give yourself permission to feel light again. Book the thing, plan the trip, laugh with someone. For your business and abundance, Monday's Libra energy is wonderful for partnership, conversations, collaborations, and anything that needs diplomacy. Tuesday through the first quarter moon on Wednesday is your power window for making a real business decision. Pricing, an offer, a pivot, something you've been circling. Don't be afraid of the intensity. Scorpio moon just wants you to mean it. And Thursday, once Sagittarius moon rolls in, is a gorgeous day for visibility, for pitching something bigger than you'd normally pitch, for thinking expansively about where this could go. Okay, let's talk retrogrades because I know some of you are always curious as to when they are happening. I know Mercury is the big one, but good news, Mercury is moving direct right now, so no Mercury retrograde to worry about. What is retrograde right now are two bigger, slower planets, Saturn and Neptune, and both of them are retrograde in Aries. Saturn retrograde in Aries runs from July 26th through December 10th of 2026. Saturn is our planet of responsibility, structure, and maturity. And when it goes retrograde, it turns that lens inward. This isn't Saturn punishing you or trying to guilt trip you into something. It's Saturn asking you to review, reflect. Where have you been taking responsibility for things that were never yours to carry? Where have you been avoiding responsibility for something that is yours? In Aries, this is specifically about your identity, your independence, your who am I when I am leading myself? It's a really beautiful, if sometimes humbling, stretch for reviewing your long-term goals and making sure they're actually still yours. Neptune retrograde in Aries runs from July 7th through December 12th of this year. Neptune governs illusion, spirituality, dreams, and intuition. And in retrograde, it strips away illusions rather than creating them. In Aries, this is about seeing your own drive and desire clearly, without the fog of what I think I'm supposed to want. So if you've had a moment recently of going, wait, do I actually want this? Or did I just think I was supposed to want this? That's Neptune's retrograde. And it is a gift, even when it stings a little. For your personal life, this combination of Saturn and Neptune retrograde layered under the Leo eclipse aftermath is basically the universe doing a full audit of who are you actually underneath the roles and the shoulds. Let that audit happen. You don't need to have the answers by Monday. For your business and abundance, this is a beautiful stretch to review your long-term vision rather than launching something brand new into the fog. Revisit your goals from earlier this year. Are they still true? Is there a business should you've been carrying that Neptune is quietly dissolving in the background? Trust that. Both Saturn and Neptune retrograde clear through mid-December. So you have months, not days, to let this review happen. No rush. Be gentle with this. Okay, I want to leave you with one focus to anchor into this week. Trust what already showed itself to you. Between Wednesday's eclipse, this weekend's grounding then connecting moon energy, Archangel Michael's courage to cut the cord, Wednesday's first quarter moon action point, and Saturn and Neptune quietly auditing what's real. Everything this week is pointing you back to something you already know. You don't need more information. You need the courage to trust what you've already been shown. Say this to yourself. I don't need to figure everything out. I just need to trust what I already know and take the next aligned step. Okay, beautiful soul, that is your Frequency Friday for August 14th through the 20th. I hope you feel a little more anchored, a little more clear on why this week has felt the way it has, and a lot more ready to trust yourself through it. If this landed for you, will you do me a favor and share it with someone in your life who needs to hear it too? This message found you for a reason, and there's probably someone in your orbit who needs it too. And if you're not already on my newsletter, come join me there. Every week, I'm sharing extra tools and soulful goodies I don't share anywhere else. The link is in the show notes. I love you, I'm cheering for you, and I'll see you next episode. Until then, stay aligned, stay abundant, and remember, you are so much more powerful than you know. I'm Christine Marcario. This is Aligned and Abundant. Bye for now.